Hi, thank you for watching. My name is Akemi, and today I'm going to be going over a quick way to alphabetize and catalog all of your comic books that you would like to sell to make it easier on you and on the people that you're actually selling to. Right now I'm actually doing a lot for a friend of mine. I'm going to show you real quick the spreadsheet that I set out. Here you can see we have quantity, which is how many of each one he's got, the title of the actual comic book, which series it is, and I'll be telling you how to check for that, the issue number, the variant cover, I'm going to be showing you a few tricks for that as well, and the publisher. All of this information is going to be needed if you plan to sell your comic books, but not all of it is going to be easy to find. So, stick some gloves on because these are not my comic books. I used to work for a comic book shop that was local, and now they are strictly online. They're one of the larger comic book stores you can buy from. I will not be naming any names because that's just not how I do. So I'm going to go with the first easily grabbable comic that I've got. And here we have Action Comics, issue 297. It's going to be down here. It's the A cover. This was long before variant covers were a really common thing, so most of the older stuff is going to be an A cover. It is, of course, DC Comics. So we have Action Comics. It's a very nice issue, very nice copy. There's no color breaks, there's no spine bending, there's no water damage. A lot of his comics are in really good condition, so he's going to get more for them than some other people might. What a lot of people will tell you is look for the indicia. Some people don't know where that is. It will be either in the inside of the front cover, the inside of the back cover, or it will be a few pages in on some of the newer stuff. But on older comics, it will always be front or back cover. This big old paragraph down here, that is the indicia. It will tell you what the actual name of the comic book is, and I will delve into that in a minute. It will tell you the issue number, the publisher, but it won't usually tell you the series. If you're not 100% sure if you have a first, second, third, however many series, thank you, Bandita. That's my dog in the background. You can always Google. Most of the ones right now that have really high numbers, like 567, are going to be first series. And then we have Avengers. This one caused a little bit of confusion for my friend. Avengers has several series. That is an annual. I apologize. Here we go. Avengers 294. Again, very good condition. No color breaks, no spine bends, no water damage. Very, very nice comic to look at. The indicia is under The Avengers, but a lot of comic sellers are just going to have it under Avengers because the is not always required for their systems. Alright, now this is one that caused a lot of issue for my friend. Avengers West Coast. There is Avengers West Coast, and there is a West Coast Avengers. To figure out which one you have, if you're not sure, check the indicia. That one will tell you which one you have. As you're going through and sorting out your comics, it's preferable to have them alphabetical by title, not by publisher. Most comic book stores now that will buy comics from you are going to have them in their warehouse and in their system alphabetically. The publisher is a side note, just to clarify which one you have. For things like Avengers, there is an Avengers that is not Marvel based. I believe it's printed under Image, but don't quote me on that. So they'll have the title, the year, and the publisher, and then they will have all of the numbers. I have the A's, the B's are back here, get back up there, and then the C's a little further back. So, This is one long box of 5 that I'm going to be working on as I attempt to hold the camera straight. And as I'm going through each box and filling it, this one is obviously not completely full because I'm still going through boxes and I don't have a lot of room to work with. Now, as I go through this, pull this back up. I have everything down that's in this box right now. I've separated the titles as such to make sure I can tell what's what. Annuals are not going to be part of the main series, but they are going to be right next to or underneath the series in their system. So I'm keeping the annuals with their actual titles. Adventures of Captain America, Untold Legends of the Dark Knight, or Untold Legends of the Batman. You might think they'd go under Captain America or Batman, but they do not. Again, that would be an indicia double check. He's got first and second series of American Flag. I can actually hunt that one down real quick. A lot of times, the art will tell you which series you have. Here we go. So here we have first series. Older cover art. The sticker is on a bag, so don't worry about that. But older cover art, very nice condition. Obviously a first run at it. And then we see where the 80s came in, where everything was super busy and there was stuff everywhere. This is the second series. The logo is similar, but they've added some more details to it because there were more colors available. And the art style is obviously a little bit different. And also, the second series has this lovely little square up here. All of it has this square. The first series was not as fortunate. What they're going to be looking for in grading, I am not a grader. I was never trained in it, but I know the basics of what they were looking for. It's going to be spine bends, color breaks, folds in the paper, missing pages, the condition that the staples on the side are in. If the staples are missing, it's going to knock it down some because they can't keep the comic together. They're looking for water damage, for rubbing damage, all kinds of things. So if you think you have something that's worth a lot of money, I would recommend sending it to CGC, Certified Guarantee Company. They will take your comic, send it to them in a bag and board, I would recommend, just to make sure that it stays in a good condition before you get it back. They will charge, but it's worth it. They'll tell you the exact grade on the point system. They will tell you generally what it is worth, and they will tell you, and they will give it to you in a little plastic case. That way it can stay at that grade for sure. And if you want to sell it, it's already been graded. You can already look up how much that will be. And there will be no question in the matter. Again, if at any point you're not certain which series you have, and it doesn't say in the indicia which series it is, which the older comics will not, Google. Google is your friend. Look for the cover that you have, and I'm sure you can find something somewhere, if not on the publisher's site, then on the general web of which series you have. There are some like Avengers and Captain America and Justice League that have a great many series because they kept getting new ideas and starting over from scratch. Batman has 2 series. Only 2. The first series runs way too high in the numbers, over 600 issues, well over 600 issues. And it goes from the first publishing all the way through to the 2000s when they did the New 52. New 52 is the second series of Batman. There are a lot of questionable sub-series, but in that case, again, if you're not sure, Google will help. A lot of the time, Batman will have which sub-series it is, but it will still be a part of the main series. And then there's things like Batman Chronicles, Gotham Knights, Shadow of the Bat, Batman vs. Predator, that are all their own thing. Annuals should always be kept right behind the series they belong to. Every series has annuals. They are monthly or bi-monthly or every 6 months, depending on the series. So you'd have all of the Batman First Series, all of the Batman First Series annuals, Batman Second Series annuals, and then all of the side stories that were made by God knows who. Most of the comics that you're going to run across that will be very easy to find are going to be Marvel and DC, obviously. Dark Horse is a very popular printer right now. You'll find a lot of Legend, Paradox Publishing, Bravura Comics. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, I'm sorry. I have a lisp. Those three are going to be a little harder to hunt down, but not impossible. Nothing is impossible to find because everything has been sold at some point or another. Once you have everything written down in a spreadsheet so that you know what you sent in, and that's for your peace of mind. You know what you sent in, you know what condition they were in. If you want, you can take pictures of them just to make sure. Once you have your spreadsheet done, go to the respective site or to the place you're wanting to sell them and say, hey, this is what I have, what would you like me to do? Most places will send you to a website where they will have you put everything in there as well. But again, the spreadsheet is for you, so that you know exactly what you're putting in, and once you have that sheet, the input into their system becomes so much easier. And if you're not sure of the condition of something, you can go back in the box you know it's in and double check. Once you have everything submitted, you can take the box down or you can mail it to them, either way. And that way everybody's happy. You know what you have. Everything is already in order when it gets to the place that's buying them. And they have less headache that way. Because I know that was a big complaint where I worked, that nobody knew how to organize their comics. I'm going to pull this up one more time and kind of give you a quick... So we have all the Action Comics. We're just going to scroll through slowly. An Action Comics Annual. Adventures of Captain America. American Flag. I did separate the two series. That's a personal thing I do. American Flag Special is not necessarily an annual, which is why it's separated. Here's Avengers. Then there's the annuals. Avengers West Coast is in the A's. West Coast Avengers will be in the W's later on. Batgirl Special was its own thing. So much Batman. So much Batman. Chronicles, Gotham Knights, Judge Dredd, Shadow of the Bat, Batman Spawn, Two-Face Strikes Twice. On the ones I wasn't entirely sure how to put the number in, I just put exactly what was on the cover. It was Book 1, Part 1, because there were multiple books and multiple parts to each book. Bay was a Legend Comics and Dark Horse collab. Biker Mice from Mars. But yeah, just everything is separated, everything is easily accessible. If you don't fully remember a title, you can go through your spreadsheet on each box, because if you will notice, I have all the boxes down here. That way I know for sure what each one is in. Right, it occurred to me after the fact I forgot to talk about variants. So, as I said before, a lot of the newer comics, or older comics, are not really going to have that many variants, if they have any at all. But for the newer comics, although I'm not sure he actually has any in this box. No, he does not. Alright. On newer comics, something you can look at is the barcode. Alright, please forgive me for the comic books that I choose to use. They're just kind of the first ones that came up. You can find them will depend entirely on the publisher you're looking at. For Boom Publishing, where you can find Adventure Time and stuff like that, a lot of the time they'll have the A and the B cover on one code. You can look on the inside cover and see all of the variants. Dynamite will also give you all of the covers on the inside. Marvel and DC are not always as nice. One way you can do it, and this is not foolproof, but this is a good way to spot the A cover. It's a copy of Superman #1 from the New 52, a recent reboot. If you look down here, this is the part of the code that you care about. It's got 00111. For issue 2, it would have 00112. If this was a B cover, it would have 00121. If this was issue 21, it would have 00221 for the B cover. Basically, the last couple of numbers are going to be the actual issue of the comic book. The number directly before that indicates a variant cover. If it's a 1, it is an A cover. There have been maybe three instances where that has not been the case, and all 3 of those were DC, because they decide to jumble up the covers at a later time after everything's already been decided. Bull is also one you can do that with. Again, it's not a foolproof plan. You will want to go ahead and double check on Google which cover you have. But if you want to have a general idea of what you've got going and don't have internet access for whatever reason, or don't want to go looking for it, that's a general rule of thumb. The number of the variant will usually match a letter of the alphabet. For stuff like Tarot, Witch of the Black Rose, 18 up only, you can find a lot of their covers in the back. Not all of them apply to yours. The last 2 or 3 are going to be the issue that you have. But, as in most things, if you aren't 100% sure, or if you're second guessing yourself, Google it. If you put in the title and the issue number, your cover should come up somewhere. There's no reason it wouldn't. But that pretty much covers it. Thank you for watching. If you have any further questions, or you want me to do a follow-up video, or if you want me to add in anything else, please let me know. Again, thank you for watching. I might do more of these in the future. But have a great Friday. Mwah!